David Schwimmer's new comedy, Intelligence, is one of the least funny TV shows I have ever seen.
Oh, come on. Was it really that bad?
Yes.
I don't suspect he'll remember me, though. It was all, very brief.
What, like in a premature ejaculation kind of way?
Sorry, I really don't know what that is.
Well, I'm sure Joseph can show you. Oh! Yeah. Well, is it?
It's also a piece of propaganda for GCHQ, the British government's mass surveillance agency. Both Schwimmer and his co-star Nick Mohammed, who writes the show, have given interviews saying they'd spoken to GCHQ about how the agency would be portrayed.
And although it is obviously a comedy, have you had any kind of feedback from GCHQ at all? Because I mean, obviously, it's you hear about films that sort of tap into the FBI or the sort of CIA, and they do get people saying sort of wanting to get in touch and stuff. I just wonder if you've had any communication with them since this has been.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they're obviously aware because there's a press release when the show was announced and so on. So they're obviously aware and they're I think they're excited to see it. I believe.
We hope they are.
I hope
they are.
Yeah.
In particular, Mohammed has emphasised how important he considers GCHQ to be, while Schwimmer has admitted he hopes the government like his new sitcom and that their purpose is to celebrate the work that GCHQ does.
I guess it's a workplace sitcom set in GCHQ, which is like the government communication headquarters, so a slightly less slightly less sexy version of MI5, MI6 in terms of, or certainly the way they're portrayed in films and things is sort of quite actiony, whereas GCHQ doing a lot of the kind of data crunching and a lot of hugely important work to national security. So that's kind of the backdrop to it.
Particularly with GCHQ, because it is shrouded in mystery.
So you start Googling GCHQ, you start asking all those questions, and it's not very long before... Did they contact you?
Yes, they reached out to us, but in the way that, because there was a press announcement about the show about a year or so ago, so I think they just want to make sure that
You met them.
We met some representatives, but we did lots of research.
Have you been told not to say anything?
Maybe not. Does it read like
Let's leave it there then. But they were okay with it.
They're fine. Yeah. Hopefully they're going to really enjoy the show.
Importantly, we hope they really love it because again, we want to celebrate the work they do, and while his character is quite inept and mine is quite reckless, everyone else, actually predominantly women in the rest of the cast, everyone else is incredibly competent, capable, and doing the good work that GCHQ does every day.
But why? Why would GCHQ want to be involved in this god-awful rehash of 90s sitcom cliches?
It was really important to us, and I think they just wanted to make sure we weren't going to be making fun of the work they actually do, day in and day out, to protect this country and others.
The main reason is that for most of its history, no one knew GCHQ even existed, let alone what they were doing. But over the last decade, a series of whistleblowers and leaked documents have detailed the agency's involvement in massive-scale spying on innocent people, running covert operations online, and even in the drone program.
It was an unprecedented grab of personal data. Tonight, this program can reveal that one of the UK's largest communications firms not only handed over its own information to GCHQ, but also allowed access to the internet traffic of another telecoms company, passing on the data of millions of computer users worldwide. Just weeks ago, the head of the government's intelligence agency called for greater cooperation from the tech companies.
GCHQ officials may have collected and then passed to overseas intelligence agencies, particularly the US, data. That data may be used to facilitate drone strikes, which under UK law, international law and UK law, as understood by our government, are unlawful. That would mean, logically, that the GCHQ officials who are facilitating those drone strikes are at least arguably accessories to murder.
So GCHQ have embarked on a PR campaign to try to brush up their image, including allowing a Sky TV news crew into their headquarters for the first time. A few years later, Sky commissioned Intelligence, the first TV show set exclusively in GCHQ HQ.
But for right now, all I need is for you to turn a blind eye so I can hack into Jenny's home computer.
No, that's not how we do things here.
Man, I love humor.
The show portrays GCHQ's bulk collection of personal data as an accident.
Also, I did end up stumbling across Matthew McConaughey's browsing history.
Why is GCHQ's Centre for Cybersecurity looking at Matthew McConaughey's browsing history?
I suspect it was just a glitch in the system, but I just thought I'd follow it up just in case. Do you not want to know what he's been looking at?
Hacking into people's computers as essential to national security, and bravely protecting us against a never-ending string of threats.
What do you guys do to celebrate after a crisis?
Move on to the next crisis.
The agency also arranged for a bunch of PR events in 2019 to coincide with their 100th anniversary.
Despite the arrival of the rather well-known VIP guest, we couldn't mention the Queen's visit here this morning until sometime after she'd left. All rather appropriate, you might think, for the intelligence service GCHQ, which is celebrating its 100th year.
Happy birthday to GCHQ.
This was reflected via Intelligence, with Schwimmer wishing GCHQ happy birthday on Twitter, and dialogue in the show referencing how old the agency really is, making it seem like a normal part of British society.
This is Mary. Mary's been with GCHQ from the beginning. When was it founded, Mary?
1919.
Right, so then.
They are also trying to boost recruitment, through everything from paying for scholarships for women to study tech subjects, to publishing puzzle books, to planting recruitment adverts in video games. With Intelligence, they're now moving into popular entertainment. Or should I say, unpopular entertainment. Intelligence shows the agency to be a fun, unusual, and exciting place to work, and its employees doing an important job, keeping us safe.
We don't work out, we don't listen to playlists, we fight cybercrime, terrorism and sex trafficking.
Despite its terrible jokes, terrible script, and terrible acting, someone likes Intelligence.
Seriously?
So much so that it was renewed for a second season before the first episode had even broadcast.
What? You're kidding.
I'll leave it to you to figure out who that might be.
I like the fact that GCHQ is rightly so shrouded in mystery, so there's quite a lot of artistic license that you can play with that as a writer, playing with people's perceptions of the place.
I think we found a really nice balance to protect the integrity and reputation of the institution, and we do treat it with respect and at the same time poke fun of the people who, these specific individuals who work there.